Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Look behind your back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand Join the army of the shadows. Going harder. We are more than numbers. Standing in the shade. Going louder. We are all one color. Standing in the way. Join the army of the shadows. 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 Shadows, shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Going harder. We are more than numbers. Standing in the shade. Going louder. We are all one color. Standing in the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I hope you all had a great weekend, a great Friday and a great Saturday. Doesn't matter where you're watching from, if it's morning, afternoon, evening, doesn't matter. I hope you had a great weekend. For me, as you can see, it was a little bit different. It wasn't as it usually would be, considering the picture you are seeing on your screen right now. It's been a bit of a hefty weekend for me. Hang on a minute, guys, I'm trying to figure out how I can alter this music a bit. Because I don't want to unmute it, actually. But I'm trying to make it a little bit softer. I don't know, maybe it's soft enough, maybe you guys can like hear it softly in the background. I don't know. Let me just check this real quickly. One moment, please. I don't know if you guys can hear it, please just tell me. Because I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't know if you guys can hear it, please just tell me. Because I don't think I've muted it. At least not as far as I can see. So let's just hope it's alright. Yeah, tonight's broadcast is going to be a little bit different from what you're used to seeing from me. As this is not going to be, probably not a gaming stream. Because I'm not really in the mood to play games. As you might have noticed from the title and the picture you're seeing in front of you. I hope you guys can still hear the music. Please tell me if you can. Alright. Well, as the title might suggest, this is a stream to remember a really special woman in my life who passed away way too soon. And as you can see in the picture, that is my mother. So yeah, I try to make a I actually tried to make something, I don't know, that would be, that she would kind of like. So I'm hoping, if she's watching, that she's liking this. Yeah, I actually don't know where to start on this. Let's just say the reason I use a little bit of upbeat music is because even though it's a kind of a sad story, I don't want to make this stream like really depressing, you know, because I want to remember her the way she was, as a happy woman. A woman that always smiled even though she had nothing to smile about, right? That's also my philosophy in life. Just smile even if you don't have anything to smile about, just make something to smile about, right? So yeah. Where to start on this one? Yeah, I should probably just like start from the beginning, I guess. Um, my mom always used to be, um, a normal woman. My mom sometimes a bit strict, but she has to be, right? Especially with a teenage kid running around. Um, until one day, this is about 20 odd years ago, uh, we had a car accident in the center of town, and she had to go to hospital for that, and she had a whiplash in her neck, which meant that something was not entirely right because of that car crash, that accident. Some guy just rammed into behind us, and she turned around, tried to protect me because we didn't have seat belts back then in the back of the car. So she tried to like catch me, so she turned around, and the moment she turned around, the car smashed, and she smashed her head into the headpiece of the car seat. And ever since then, with that whiplash, she basically went into like regular hospital visits to check up on her health and that kind of shit. And um, I think it's right before that or right after that we also discovered she had like diabetes. So she had a couple of things that required her to visit hospital on a yearly basis to do checkups and that kind of stuff, right? And at the end of 2017, she went in for a checkup, and they discovered. Hang on. Before that, she had to go to a hospital because she had she had a TIA, and I'm not sure how to describe it, but um, it's something along the lines of a not a like a heart attack, but a brain attack, basically. And ever since then, she had like a half a paralysis in her face, and she had trouble speaking. So ever since then, she had to do like multiple checkups a year just to see how everything was going and stuff like that. Anyway, in 2017, at the end of the year, she went in for a checkup. And during that checkup, they noticed she had a little black spot on her lung. This was a MRI scan. So, yeah, they noticed she had a spot on her lung. And at first, well, if she they were like, yeah, if you feel any different and blah blah whatever, come back, right? But after a few weeks, she didn't really trust it, so she went back and they made some X-ray, some photos. And it turns out that she had a tumor the size of half her lung stuck on her lung. Well, that was basically as far as they could tell. They even took a sample to check, but it was basically end of the line, stage 4, as they say. So there was not much left to do about it. They could have given her like chemotherapy or something like that, but it would only prolong her life for a small amount of time. So in her eyes, she would come out of that worse than if she hadn't done it. So she decided to not undergo chemotherapy and just ride it out, as they say. And ever since we noticed that, well, it was basically just a matter of waiting out the clock, right? At first, the doctors were like, yeah, she's got like, what, 3 months left? Roundabout. Considering how big the tumor was and her health conditions weren't all that great to begin with the TIAs that she had, and with her diabetes and arthritis and all that kind of stuff. So she wasn't that healthy to begin with. So they gave her about like 3 months or so, and then it would be done. But the one thing I remember about her is that she was an extremely strong woman, and she held on for about 9 months before she lost the battle that she couldn't win to begin with. And it was kind of stupid, actually, because they had given her about like 3 months to live, and normally the doctors are pretty spot on when it comes to diagnosis like that. They send her to a hospice where people go to like live out the last few days, weeks, months they have to, to get like proper care and that kind of stuff. So she went there, and after 3 months she was still alive. She just didn't want to give up. So they had to move her back. First they moved her back to her old home, but that was she couldn't get like 24/7 care, what she actually needed. So after staying there for a few weeks, she went back to hospice because they thought the end was coming. So she stayed in hospice again for about 2 months. And then they sent her out again because she just didn't want to give up. So yeah. Then she went to a nursing home here close by where she could get 24/7 care that she needed. And it was for me really handy because the distance from here to that care center that she went to was walkable for me. So I was kind of happy because now I could like visit her every day if I wanted to. So yeah. And she went there in April of, the beginning of April 2018. And we had I tried to give her everything I could for the time she had left. And there's one thing you should know about me. I'm a really massive big darts fan. So I've been playing darts for more than 20 years now. And I had a massive collection of darts memorabilia from players that I met in the past, which I befriended. They sent me stuff for my collection, and I had a really big collection. But to make the final days of my mom's presence here on this earthly plane memorable, I sold my entire collection. And with that money, I gave her a couple of great memories to hold on to for as long as it lasted, right? So, yeah. And since she went there in beginning of April, and well, it was kind of a small little room, so we hauled a little bit of her furniture from her old home to her new residence. Sorry, I was tagging the mic a bit too much, and she was kind of bored, so she bought a little bird. We went out and we went to a pet store, and she bought a little bird to keep her company. It was one weird ass bird. But yeah, that didn't last long, unfortunately. That kind of sucks, but oh well. And as you can see by the date on the picture, she went to that care center in the beginning of April, and she lasted it out until June 12th, 2018. A few days after her birthday. Because that is basically what she was aiming for. She wanted to make her birthday still happen, and after that I think she was just done fighting, basically. So yeah, on the morning of June 12th at around 5:30 in the morning, I got a call saying she was gone. To be fair, she had been on a morphine pump the last 2 days because she couldn't move anymore. She lost the ability to swallow, which is also not really good. So they decided to just keep her in like a sort of comatose state with a morphine pump for the last 2 days. And the morning of June 12th, I got a phone call that she wasn't here anymore. I forgot to do my standard PSA. If you don't smoke, it's bad for you. So don't start. Just saying. Help. Oh, I can tell you, even though it's been 4 years now, it's still really difficult to wrap my head around, you know. It's been kind of weird because she knew she was going to pass on. So the weird thing is she had the opportunity to orchestrate her own funeral, which normally people don't have the chance to, but she did. Well, I had to like pick stuff out, like the coffin and that kind of stuff, but she basically orchestrated her own music that she wanted to be played. She, together with me, decided who could come, yes or no, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's still kind of surreal, even after those 4 years. They say that, you know, that the pain like subsides after a certain amount of time, but as of now, I haven't noticed much of that. If I'm honest, so I am. It's still hard, especially on days like this. I can tell you, I have been saying this ever since last Sunday or last Friday, the week before today. I was already doubting if I wanted to stream, yes or no, today. If I wanted to do the broadcast, yes or no. But I mean, in the end, it's a sad thing, you know. But on the other hand, I want to celebrate the woman she was and the man she made me. If that makes sense. I don't know what's wrong with the lighting, but it's all over the place. Good lord. Ah. Hang on a minute, guys. I am Alright. There we go. Now everybody can have a chat instead of just the people who follow me. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but my my camera is all over the place today. That's weird. Ah. But yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of surreal, you know. It's been 4 years, but I still remember it like the day of yesterday. You know, it's really surreal. And sometimes I still can't believe that she's not here anymore. You know, she was always like a vibrant, happy woman. Even though she was in pain thanks to arthritis and that whiplash and all that kind of stuff, but that didn't like really hold her down, right? So she was always happy. And it is too bad she was plucked off this earth way too soon. About 30 years too soon, 35. She still had like a massive massive road ahead of her, actually. She was 64 years old. So yeah. Oh well. But I must say she was a woman, and she is a woman I'm proud to call mom. She taught me so much, and I hope that I reflect everything that she taught me and the man she made me. I'm hoping I can reflect that onto others. You know what I mean? I always try to like not get into conflict. Always try to be nice, even though people may shit on you, or you know. I always try to be nice. Also something that she taught me. Always have respect for everybody. No matter religion, ethnicity, doesn't matter. Always just have respect for people. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And that is something she gave me to pass on to others. I hope you guys can hear the music, cause I don't know, I just rechecked the stream, but I couldn't hear the music, so I don't know if you guys can, but I hope you can. If you can, please let me know. Because normally when I do my gaming streams and I have like the begin music running, people can always hear that, so I'm assuming that this music can also be heard. At least I hope it can. But I think you can, because I see the audio just I see those little bars going, so I'm guessing you can hear it. It's kind of weird. And I should give a shout out to Soundgram. That's the YouTube channel where I found this playlist. And apparently it won't get me in trouble with DMCAs, as far as I can tell. So that's why I've got this running on the background. But why is that text so bad? Why does it look so garbage? Good lord. Huh. It doesn't look really all that great now, does it? Hello, Sawbones. How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cheers. Ah, I'm doing kind of okay. Can you tell me, Sawbones? Can you hear the music? Just let me know, please. Because I've got music running on the background, and I hope you can hear it. All right, and it's not too loud. Hopefully. It's kind of annoying. I have a 10-second delay. So I have to, whenever I ask a question, I have to anxiously await the answer. Woohoo. Thanks for letting me know, Sawbones. You're awesome, dude. The stream is a little bit different from what you're used to seeing from me, Sawbones, because this is a stream to remember my mom by. As you can see in the picture. So there's basically not going to be, probably not going to be any gaming today, because I'm not really in the mood for that, if I'm honest. So it's me basically just doing, just chatting, just trying to interact with people, and remembering the lovely woman in the picture that was my mom. Indeed. And today is the day that I don't know if you're what date is it where you're from. Just let me ask you first, where are you from? Just out of curiosity. I wanted to know where you were from, and because of like the dates, because I don't know if the date's the same with you as it is for me right now. That's what I was asking. Oh, you're from the US, alright. So I'm guessing it's like morning for you, or just in the afternoon or something like that? Probably. Ah, there we go. So early in the afternoon. Well, anyway, this is, for me, it's evening. And today is the 12th of June for me. And the 12th of June is when my mom passed away 4 years ago. So that's the reason I'm doing this instead of just a gaming stream. I must say the gaming streams have been doing really well. Especially the views on my YouTube have been massive. Last week and a half. That was really surprising. I have. I usually upload all my broadcasts also to my YouTube channel, and from, let's say, the last broadcast from like a week or so ago, up to the one that I did on Friday, they went from only having a few views to going like over 100, even over like 200, almost 300. So apparently, I'm guessing somebody's putting me in like recommended videos or something, because I wouldn't know where that would be coming from. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but it's something different. It is pretty awesome. Even though when I actually live broadcast, I don't get that many viewers, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I enjoy. You shouted me out? How? Where? What? Explain, where did you shout me out? You piqued my curiosity, my good friend. Ah! Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you did that. Well, then I should be following you as well. So I will be doing that. Hang on a minute. Let me fix it. Let's see. There we go. Give me the chat. Oh, there we go. So about it. Boom. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is kind of cool. Then may I thank you very much for that, sir. And you also have a new follower now, because I just followed you as well. You've got a nice amount of followers. It's I see. That's cool. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Oh, the good thing about doing a stream like this when I don't play games is I can basically just keep looking straight ahead instead of having to look to my left the entire time, because I've got my Streamlabs on my main monitor right now. Because I wasn't really planning on playing any games tonight. It is kind of awkward for me because I don't. Normally I talk a lot, but it's mostly when I'm talking to other people. Luckily, I have you in the chat, so at least I have somebody to talk to. That's true. Respect everyone and treat everyone the way you want to be treated. No matter religion, ethnicity, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so do I. But it's kind of awkward having to talk into like a microphone but not have somebody talk back, you know. So this is kind of, I have been like constantly streaming now for like a month and a half, probably roundabout, and I'm still getting used to the fact that I have to like look at a chat and respond to a chat instead of having somebody talk in my ear and me responding back to that person or persons, or, you know. It's still kind of getting used to. Well, that quote I just gave you is something that my dearest mother taught me. She always taught me to respect everybody, no matter what ethnicity or whatever they are. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now as well. When nobody's responding in the chat, I just talk to myself, and I tend to like act like I have an audience, if you know what I mean. I tend to just talk and just like I'm standing on a stage with like hundreds of people right in front of me. I just try to address people, and when I tell a story, something or other, right? Luckily, I have some experience as an esports shoutcaster, so it's not that weird. But usually when I was shoutcasting, I would always have a co-caster with me, so I would always have somebody to talk to. Or talk with. So it's not really all that awkward, but it's something you still have to get used to. You're Mexican, Norwegian, German. Yes, I used to be an esports shoutcaster. I started back in 2009. That's a whole lot of years ago. And the dumb thing is, I accidentally got into it. That's the stupid thing. I was talking to a guy, and I had like a whole lot of friends in the COD 4 Pro Mod scene back then, which was like the competitive side of Call of Duty 4 back then. And one of them pulled me into a conversation on TeamSpeak, where accidentally there was a big boy from Cybergamer TV, Cybergamer, who did the leaks for COD 4 Pro Mod. He was in that lobby, and he was actually in the conversation, but he didn't say anything because he wanted to hear my voice. And he heard my voice for a little bit, and all of a sudden he jumped in and he was like, "Hey, dude, you want to do a cast? You want to do a shoutcast tonight?" I'm like, okay. And he threw me into like a semi-final of a massive tournament with thousands and thousands of viewers. He just threw me in there and he was like, "Okay, dude, have fun." And I didn't know anything about spots or callouts or anything like that, so I was basically just there to soothe people over with my voice and just make some jokes and, you know, and talk to my co-commentator back then, just for the fun of it. And that's how I got into it. And right after that happened, he was so smitten with the way it went and all the positive feedback they got, that he invited me to do it on like a weekly basis. Yeah, I was basically just winging it. I knew a couple of spots because I played I played the shit out of Call of Duty. So I knew a couple of spots, but I was basically there. I was the guy going, "Whoa, yes, wow," you know? I was that dude. And apparently people liked it. So right after that ended, he jumped back on TeamSpeak and he was like, "Yeah, I want to offer you a job. Because it was still, it wasn't paid or anything. It was just, you want to do it? Yeah, sure, why not? Not like I've got anything better to do." And that's how I rolled into it. I did that for years. I also had a little stint in League of Legends. Did some other esports as well. I think I also did like one CS:GO stream. But I'm a Call of Duty player, dude. I don't like Battlefield and I do not like CS:GO. Not one bit. I'm sorry for all the watchers that like CS:GO, but it's not for me. I'm a Call of Duty player in my heart and soul. So yeah. Yeah, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. And I still have that lovely voice. I can always do voiceovers. Like, you know, the guy who does like the honest trailers and that kind of stuff on YouTube. I can do that too. Just my voice sounds a little bit different than his, but I mean, it's deep, right? Yeah, exactly. You need to get good vibes. I can do stuff like that as well. I can do voiceovers. In a world divided by fear, one man must stand alone. Sawbones in I'm going to shout out your stream, rated R. Oh, there you go. Or I could always do imitations of people. I can do a bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, get to the chopper. Now, run. I think they're trying to kill me. Get down, do it now. It's a little bit of a Predator callback. That's too bad. My voice is sometimes too deep, so I don't have I don't have much range when it comes to like doing voices and that kind of shit. That's kind of annoying. I wish I could do that. Oh yeah, I do that too. It even got recorded one time and used in a video. I didn't even know that was happening. Ah, that was it was kind of cool. Ah, it's cool, man. So what, you have the afternoon shift, right? What kind of work do you do, if I may ask, Sawbones? I'm kind of curious. Ah, I see, okay. You're basically trying not to nuke the country. Well, 1:15 to 11, that's those are some hours, dude. Oh man. I was thinking of more of like a 9 to 5 job or something like that, but I mean that's from 1:15 to 11. That's damn. Those are some hours. Yeah, well, I might assume that the pay would be decent, especially considering the hours you put in. You know, now I'm actually now I'm picturing like a Homer Simpson thing, right? You know that Homer Simpson also works at a power plant, right? That's the immediate picture that popped up in my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to nuke the city. All right, man. Enjoy your food. Ah. Well, it turned out it's a lot more cheerful than I expected it to be. No, it's still kind of. I'm still kind of sad on a day like this, because of her passing. But she always told me to enjoy life, and she always supported me in everything that I did and always wanted to do. And she was always happy, and She was always there to listen to the stories that I brought, and you know, because even though I've been living on my own for over 20 years, I always went to my mom visit for a cup of coffee and just chat for a few hours, and do stuff like that. And she would always listen to the stories that I brought, because, I mean, she had like two little dogs, but she wasn't that mobile, so she couldn't just go out and do whatever, and so she was basically just sitting at home the entire day and just walking the dog sometimes, doing a bit of grocery shopping. That was basically her day. So every time I came to visit, and because I was into computers and gaming, and I did the whole shoutcasting bit and all that kind of stuff, she was always listening to my stories, and she always wanted to know everything, even though she didn't get a single thing. I mean, try to explain to somebody who has never used the internet before and who doesn't even know what a game looks like. Try to explain to somebody like that what you're into. And especially when you're shoutcasting a game. Try to explain that to somebody that doesn't know jack shit about the internet or video games. That's hilarious. But she was always so enthusiastic. It doesn't even matter that she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. She just wanted to listen. She wanted to know. Right? The only games she ever played were games on the NES. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the NES. The Nintendo Entertainment System. 8 bits of fun. Super Mario Brothers. Arkanoid. Those were the games my mom liked. That were the only games she ever played. A whole lot of years back, I had like a financial intake. So I decided to buy my mom a PC. Because she was like lonely and shit, and she wanted some interaction even when I wasn't there, right? So at one point I spent my like vacation pay on buying her a computer. With keyboard, mouse, all that kind of shit, right? And she phoned me up every like 5 minutes. How do I do this? How do I do that? We did have a little bit of an interaction with like MSN Messenger and all that kind of stuff back then, but she, I think it took about like a week or like a week and a half, and she was like, "Can you come pick this piece of shit up? I can't deal with it." So yeah, there you go. She found it a fantastic machine, but it was not for her. And the only thing she basically did was just watch TV. And she was happy doing so well, why not? You have to do what makes you happy. And that's something she always supported me in. To do things that make me happy. She never pushed me to do anything. Not in the way that she wanted me to go in a specific direction for work or school or whatever. She always supported me in what I wanted. Ow. And I just burned myself. Hilarious. Ow. That's hot. Ah. You know, I'm kind of liking this music. For the people interested in where this comes from, it's in top of the screen. It comes from a YouTube channel called Soundgram. That's where I found it. And apparently this music is DMCA free, so I should not get into trouble. As far as I know. You know what's kind of weird? Ever since my videos blew up on YouTube, my Monster Hunter videos, some Muzerk company is trying to claim rights to it. That is so stupid. I think I'm gonna fight that. I mean, it's not that I get paid on YouTube or anywhere, but still. I mean, they have they did a claim on basically every video that has like over 20 views. Because I play a song called Proof of a Hero, which is from the actual game. And now they're trying to claim it. And even though I don't get paid on YouTube, there's still advertisements running like every time, right? So they think they can earn money just by that. And I think I'm going to have to fight that. Because those guys don't own jack shit. As far as I know. So that is something that we are going to fight against. I'll have to sort out how to do that. As like I said, even though I've been on Twitch and YouTube for over a decade, I still have no idea how half of the stuff works because I've never been like a real streamer. I've never been a real broadcaster. I mean, I uploaded some videos like a while back, but I've never been an intense streamer, and my videos used to never have any views, except for like the one odd view that came in just by chance. So now now that I'm getting all those views, all of a sudden there is like this company that wants to claim everything. Because they think they can make money out of it. And I don't know who these guys are, but I can probably find out. Because in the end, and that is probably the goal of everybody that does this, you want to earn money, right? Yeah, it sounds it's a company, but I don't know what company. I'll have to Google them and see what they're up to or who they are or whatever, because I have no idea. The only thing I do know is that they do not own jack shit, because Proof of a Hero is from the Monster Hunter game itself. So the only person that actually holds the rights to that song is the person that made the song. Ah, that's Superman. Thanks a lot, Sawbones. Good luck at your job, buddy, and all. Thank you so much for the shout outs, for the lovely talk here. I really appreciate it, dude. Much love. See you later, man. Awesome. You know, I'm kind of enjoying this music on the background. Normally, I would never run music on the background, but this is, yeah, I kind of like this. But it's not every day that I do like streams like this. Normally it's like gaming streams, but this is just a once per year thing. Probably. I mean, at first I was really hesitant doing this. Mainly because of how I feel today, because I'm sad. This is a sad day. And I know I want to transform a sad day into a good day. Like I said, I was really hesitant in doing this. But in the end, I'm kind of glad that I did. Because it turns out this is actually pleasant for me to like just interact with you lovely people and talk about my mom a bit and just, you know, keep the memory alive. You know what I mean? Share what a wonderful woman she was with others that might go through something similar that I had. Always trying to help out, you know. I'm basically a replica of my mom, with the way I try to treat people, and I always try to help people as much as I can, no matter what the problem is. Even if I don't know jack shit about what the problem is, I always try to help and see if I can be useful or, you know, something like that. Sometimes I'm a little bit too nice. Because most women that I meet think of me as a BFF. Because they come to me with all their problems, but they never see what a hunk of a dude I am. What a catch. I've got the perfect dad bod. I'm just not a dad, at least as far as I know. And with that being said, in about 5 minutes there's going to be somebody at my door with a random kid going, "Hi, Dad." Wait, what? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. If you're from the US, you should know that reference. Even though my imitation of the voice was pretty garbage, but hey, I tried. Doing a stream like this is kind of relaxing. Just doing this once in a while. Although that doesn't change the fact that I'm still like a gaming streamer. Oh, I also pre-ordered the new Call of Duty. So when Modern Warfare 2 comes out, expect me to be playing that. And probably streaming it as well, depending on if my computer can handle it. Because I don't know if my PC can handle that if I'm when I have like the streaming stuff open and music on the background and then play a game as heavy as Call of Duty. I do not know if my computer is going to enjoy that. Although I must say it didn't have many issues with me streaming Warzone. Because I streamed Warzone for a while as well, and as far as I know, that always went pretty good, without much issues, as far as I know. So yeah. And I must say, I am really excited for the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if it's going to be a continuation of Modern Warfare 2019 or a remake of the original Modern Warfare 2. But either way, it's probably going to be a hell of a game. I really like the OG Modern Warfare 2. I played the crap out of that game. I've got almost 2,000 hours on Steam in that game. And Modern Warfare 2019 was a superb game as well. I really enjoyed that. A really fun game. And that's why I pre-ordered it. The Vault Edition. Now I just have to wait until the beta drops. So I can play it. See what it is. It should be cool. Woohoo! I did notice when I watched the VODs back. I do notice that I sigh a lot, but that's probably because of my age. Because I'm not one of the youngest anymore. Because yes, I am 40 years old, so I'm not one of the youngest anymore. I'm turning 41 this year. But in my heart, sometimes I still feel 16 or 18. So yeah. And whenever you see me play video games on stream, I may not be the best player you will ever see playing whatever game I play. But I do have a lot of fun playing said games. I mean, I used to play the shit out of League of Legends. I never got farther than, what, silver with competitive play. But I still enjoyed playing it. Together with a friend of mine who used to be, He was like a friend. He's like a friend and a colleague. His name is Owner, and we met each other through a cooperation called A Venue. Back when Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod was still like in the top of the LAN charts for games to play. We got thrown together. We did a LAN in Drachten in Friesland, here in Holland, and we hit it off instantly, and we became best friends, and we had a lot of fun. And he's been. We used to play League of Legends together as well, as a bot lane duo. Me as an AD carry, and he was always my support. That was always awesome. And back on the LAN parties, he used to be the streamer because his PC was stronger than mine. So he used to be the streamer, and I used to just do the casting. And sometimes he would just jump in as a co-caster, because why not, right? We both liked the same games, and our knowledge of said games was pretty decent. So we could just basically be a co-casting duo. The only thing that really pulled me away from League of Legends was the real toxic community. I mean, like I said, I'm not the best of players, as you may or may not know, depending on if you're like viewing for the first time. I have a slight case of autism. You may not see it at first glance, but my brain processes really slowly. So my reaction speed is kind of horrible. And if you play League of Legends and you give away a kill, or you mess up a gank or whatever, you get chewed out, spit out, and thrown into the garbage can instantly. And I do not like communities like that. And that's also why when you see me play games, for instance, a game I really enjoy playing is For Honor. But I play that game differently than most For Honor streamers do. Because I don't play versus other players, but I usually play versus bots. Because I cannot handle playing versus normal players, because I process too slow to be able to react to feints, counters, that kind of stuff, you know. So that for me that's a bit different, and that's, yeah, it's kind of annoying, I know, but it's part of me, right? So there's not much I can do about it. And that's why I like just playing games that are like versus PvE. So, for example, the Monster Hunter game I've been broadcasting over the last month and a half is something that I really enjoy, because I'm playing versus the environment versus AI, and I just play with other players to fight AI. You know, and that's kind of what I like to do. Because it doesn't make me feel worthless. Which does happen in PvP games. Although I must say that with enough experience in a game, it can improve slightly. For example, the Call of Duty games. If I play Call of Duty multiplayer, I have to play versus others. But I have enough experience in Call of Duty, because I've been playing it for how long now? let's see, since 2007. So that's 15 years. In those 15 years, I have accumulated enough knowledge to be able to play a game like that in PvE without feeling like absolute garbage. Especially when I play on maps that I already know. They might be a little bit altered, but the layout of certain maps I still know. So then I don't have an issue in playing PvP. But that's usually because I can stay at a distance and shoot people, instead of having a big sword in my hand and rushing in and trying to slice them up. Because it's kind of hard to counter a bullet. Especially a full magazine of bullets flying your way. So yeah, I think that's a little bit of... I think that's the big difference between the games that I do play PvP and the games that I don't. Especially when it comes to close combat. Oh, good lord. And I actually know where this little stint of autism comes from. Because my mom told me that when I was a kid, when I was a baby, I stopped breathing for a certain amount of time. And right before my parents called the doctor on me, and right when the doctor arrived, about a minute or so later, I started breathing again. And that's probably where the autism comes from. The stupid thing is, I've never really noticed it all that much. Except for, I can stare into the distance, for example. I can stare to a certain point and just stare at it for hours. Without blinking, without moving. Which is kind of weird. But that's something that's something that I have, that sometimes happens. And the only other thing that may suggest back then that I had autism was the fact that I learned a language so easy, because I have been speaking English now for 37 years. I started speaking English when I was 3 years old, and I learned it by myself. I watched television shows on TV that were English broadcast but not subtitled. And that's how I learned English. Just by watching TV programs. And I spoke better English than Dutch when I was like 3-4 years old. And the most funny thing that comes with that is that in high school, you usually get like a report card, right? And the report card goes from like a 3 or a 4 to a 9.9, which was the highest, right? Here in Holland, it goes like from a 1 to 9.9. That's the highest grade you could get. Well, for English, for me, in high school, they had to change the report card. Because a 9.9 was too low for my English. So they had to alter the report card and make it a 10. Because that was my grade in English. I never had to study for anything. when it comes to English. I corrected the teachers more than they corrected us. Because the way they taught English here in, especially, now I'm talking about like decades ago, right? They taught American English instead of English. And I taught myself English. So, tomato instead of tomato, right? So, half of the time when the teachers were trying to teach us English, they were trying to teach us American. And that was not the English that I was taught, was the proper English that was from Great Britain. So I corrected the teachers hella much. And it actually drove them crazy. I remember one time they actually sent me out of the classroom because my teacher got sick of me correcting him the entire time. So he came to me and he was like, you know what? Fuck off. Just go to the go to the cafeteria or something. Go to the canteen. Just fuck off. Just let me teach. Imagine that. Getting sent out of the classroom because you're too good at what they want to teach you. And have to try to explain that to your parents when you get home. Because they had to make a report out of that, right? Because he sent me out of the class. So I came back home and my parents were like, yeah, you got sent out of class, right? Why? I was like, yeah, the teacher got sick of me. I was correcting him way too much. So he told me to fuck off. And the funny thing is that my family always had a knack for learning languages. For me, it's English. And for my mom and my uncle from my mom's side, my entire mother's side was basically fluent in German. Because they lived in Enschede, which is close to the German border. So they went into Germany a lot, and yeah, they basically just learned German. They were basically fluent in German. My German is meh. It's kind of okay. But my forte is English. I actually don't know if I'd like could pick up another language now. If I were to, for example, want to learn like French or something. If I could like pick that up as easy as I did in with English when I was still a kid. Kind of interesting fact to think about. Alright. Now I was checking the length of the song. Because it's a mix. And this lasts for well over 2 hours. So I just had to check. Because we're approaching the 2-hour mark of the stream. Which was surprising, because I didn't think I would last this long, actually. I mean, for me it was just, I wanted to start up a stream, because I wanted to honor my mom. But I didn't know how it would A, affect me, and B, how long I would, like, keep this up. And surprisingly enough, I'm surprised like I've held out for like this long. I was kind of surprised. But yeah, I don't actually really know what to talk about anymore. I don't know. I would love to have some suggestions or something I can reply to or something like that, because I actually have no idea what to talk about right now. I really don't know. I'm not used to doing streams like this. Normally, normally I'm busy. When I stream, I'm playing games. So normally, something keeps me busy. But now I don't have any of that. I'm just staring at the screen. I'm staring at the chat, and sometimes I'm looking at my other monitor here, just to check, you know. Because I don't know what to talk about. It's that's kind of annoying, actually. Huh. Normally, when it comes to something that I really like, I can talk about it. Like, I can just keep on talking. But now I actually have no idea what to talk about. I don't think I would be a good presenter for like a podcast or something like that. Well, depending on if I would have somebody to talk to. That kind of changes the dynamic of the whole thing. Because now I'm feeling more schizophrenic than anything else, because I'm basically talking to myself, right? There are people in chat, and I have to wait until somebody types something to respond to that person. And when that doesn't happen, I just talk to myself and I feel like kind of schizophrenic. That's kind of dumb. I'm talking to myself. Am I? Yes, I am. Okay. Right? And normally during the day I talk to myself all the time. Just to keep myself busy. I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I just do. I talk to my cats a lot as well. I've got 2 of those. I have 2 lovely cats here in the house. And if you've been watching my Monster Hunter streams, you know the name of the male cat that's running around here. His name's Tommy. And his sister is called Mies. And they're both 16 years old because I got them on the same day. They're brother and sister, so... But I talk to them a lot as well. And the funny thing is they actually respond back. It's like they understand you for some reason. Sometimes people think that's stupid, but I beg to differ. Because when I talk to my cats, they kind of always respond. That's kind of funny. I'm sorry for that random yawn, but I didn't really sleep all that, and I haven't slept really well like the last few days. Especially from yesterday to today. I went to bed really early because I was tired, and I woke up really, really early. I actually woke up at around 5:30. Sounds kind of stupid, but 5:30 was the moment I got the phone call that my mom passed away. And I actually woke up around that time. And it's still going to be a busy couple of days for me because my mom was buried on the 16th. So I am planning to go to her grave on the 16th. To put some nice flowers there and to clean the stone a bit. It's still kind of hard because I still miss her really, really much. And I know that it's it may be cliche, but I wish she was still here. Even though I know she had a lot of hardships, especially in the latter part of her life. With all the illnesses she had and, you know, but she was still, despite all that, she was still a happy woman. And the annoying thing is I wish she was still here. It may be selfish of me, but she didn't want to go either. That's why she kept on fighting for 9 long months until she couldn't fight anymore. So yeah. And I know she's in a better place right now. Free of pain. But still. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I can manage a 3-hour broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not too sure of that. I'm going to try, but I don't know if I can actually. But like I said, I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Sometimes, like, random shit just pops up. But overall, it's... well, I've basically told the story. Talk about some random shit in between. But I actually don't really know what to talk about anymore, if I'm honest. Oh yeah, I want to try and spruce my stream up a little bit with maybe some overlays or something along those lines. I want to see if I can get some interesting things and see if I can make something of that. Because I do want my stream to look a bit better than it does now. It's but for now, at least, you lovely people can enjoy the gameplay I provide, the entertainment I provide. So for now, it's like kind of okay. But I promise you, I am going to improve everything in due time. Like post stuff from my socials on the stream, stuff like that, just to, you know, try and improve the stream a little bit. But that's going to take some time. And seeing as I just recently actually started like regularly streaming, it's still a process, you know. And you know what they say, the way to Rome was not built in a day. And there are multiple paths that lead to Rome. And one day I will walk one of these paths and reach the gates of Rome. To keep the metaphor going. It kind of looks like I have a white spot in my mustache. I think I do. I know my beard's white, but if you look at this part is like completely white. That's a little genetic trait I got from my dad. As my mom told me, when my dad was like in his late 30s, he had like dark brown hair, and you know. And when he reached 40, he went from like dark brown to completely white in like a matter of, what, weeks, apparently. And as you can see, my beard is completely white. And my hairs here on the side kind of look white. There's like little white streaks in there. And now it seems that my mustache is going the same way. Because if you look here, there, it seems like there's like a little bit of a lighter spot. So it kind of looks like a white spot. Kind of. I probably have to cut that stuff off again. Because I do not like looking at white hair. Yep. It makes me look a lot older than I am as well. And I already have the mug of an old guy. I used to when I was like, what, 14? I've always been kind of a big guy. I got a growth spurt in high school, and I went to like what 180, 185 somewhere, 184, 185. Well, I'm kind of a big guy, and I have such an old looking face that whenever I walked into like a bar, I could order drinks without having to show an ID. I could just walk in and order a beer, and nobody was none the wiser. They didn't care. Because I looked like I was like well over 20. So yeah, I've got kind of an old mug. I've got an old face. And now seeing as how my hair is turning white, I look even older. Yeah, boy. So that's why soonish, everything's gotta go. The beard, the mustache, probably even the long hair. Seeing as the temperatures are going up again and it's getting warmer and warmer, I think it's going to be a good idea to just cut everything off again. And make everything a lot shorter. Or basically almost non-existent. So don't freak out if one of these days I come on camera and I don't have any hair anymore. Or like one millimeter of hair left. Because I don't go to a barbershop, I do it myself. I just, I'm not spending like 20 euros just to get my hair cut off. I can do that myself and save myself like 20 euros. For some reason I keep touching the mic. Whether it's with my energy drink can or sometimes my beard touches it. I didn't even realize it was so close to my mouth actually. I didn't think it was. But apparently it was. So yeah, there you go. Just going to throw a little selfish plug here. If you guys want to check out my other stuff, I made a playlist of my Monster Hunter Rise playthrough on my channel, on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/WarhammerNL, one word. And my Twitter handle is basically the same, it's @WarhammerNL, one word. You can probably find me if you look me up on that. I will have a some stuff in the stream one of these days with the YouTube and Twitter links and blah blah. At least with the handles where you can find me. Yeah, like I said, I still have to like fix the stream and like build it all up and, you know, make it look a bit more professional than it looks now, but oh well. Soon that will be done. I can't exactly say when, but soon. Yay! All right. Well, I can tell you that tomorrow evening we are going to be back to our regularly scheduled programming. AKA, I am going to be returning back to Monster Hunter Rise for a little bit more of the playthrough. And sooner or later I will also be picking up some other games. I might stream some For Honor or something along those lines. I'll probably also be streaming that new Call of Duty when it comes out. Hopefully. So yeah. I don't know if I'll be streaming the beta. But the game will be dropping in about 4 months. So that gives me a lot of time to finish my Monster Hunter gameplay. And probably do something else like For Honor or something like that. And I will just have to wait and see. I'll figure it out. I just want to stream stuff that I want to do. And that I enjoy doing. So yeah. Well, we officially passed the 2-hour mark. And that is longer than I expected to be broadcasting for, if I'm honest. I did not expect to be broadcasting for... I thought like roundabout maybe 2 hours. I wasn't completely sure, but... Well, I did make it to 2 hours, so yay. Like I said, I don't really know what to talk about anymore. I do hope that I did paint my mom in a good picture. That you see her just the way that I remember her. That was basically the entire intent of this broadcast, to remember her for the lovely, great woman that she was, and to hopefully put some knowledge that she taught me to bring over to the people watching this. Know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. Again, I'm still kind of sad that she's gone, but I am glad that I did this. Even though I was really hesitant to do so, considering what day it is today and how I was feeling. It doesn't mean that I'm really happy now. I still feel sad that she's gone. But if you've ever lost a loved one, you know how that feels. Or you kind of know how that feels. So yeah. It's difficult. But I am happy that I did this. Because I did get to talk to some lovely people, and I did get to share some of my fond memories that I have of her, and that will always stay with me. No matter how old I get. I even have a little video stored away on my phone, which was basically the last video that I recorded with my mom. So yeah, I can always listen that back when I feel really sad and when I want to be happy again. Know what I mean? I don't know, but I think I actually think I'm going to end the broadcast right here. Because, like I said, I don't really know what to talk about anymore. I've shared some of my fond memories I've talked to some lovely people in the chat. Big thanks to Sawbone Sawyer for that. And for the apparent shoutouts that he did that made people look up my my videos, which is awesome. But yeah, for now I think I'm going to call it quits for now, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I've said what I wanted to say. I shared some fond memories. I talked about my mom, hopefully in the most respectful way that I can, and hopefully you guys will also understand and respect and have respect for what I did. I hope you enjoyed it. Or at least let me just say that I hope that if people who go through something similar that I went through can get some strength out of the fact that I'm still okay, right? Even after such a devastating loss, I'm still okay. Even though the pain's here and it's strong and I miss her, I'm okay and we'll just carry on. And I will carry on with everything that she taught me. Keeping that in heart and mind and trying to share that knowledge with others. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, I am kind of happy that I did this, even though it's hard, it's difficult. It still is now, even though I've been talking about it for like more than 2 hours. It's still hard, it's still difficult, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Alright. So I'm going to send a big shout out to Soundgram on YouTube. This is where I got the music playlist if you want it. And I'm going to pause that music for now because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it quits for today. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you either enjoyed it or pulled some strength out of it, got some knowledge out of it. I hope it's been useful. I don't know if you've enjoyed it. I hope you did. Again, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening. I wish you well for this Sunday. And tomorrow I will be back with my regularly scheduled programming. aka I will be playing some Monster Hunter Rise again. So you can check your notifications in your email for when this new hunter goes live, which will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock my time. So for now, I wish to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great evening, and thank you for enduring this journey with me. Mom, I love you. Thank you all, and I will be seeing you tomorrow evening. Goodbye.